Hi guys, this is the last video dedicated to making my dungaree dress, so I hope you enjoy it and see you in a second. So now we need something that will hold our dress up and something to put our buttons in. So I'm going to start like last time. I'm just going to pull the yarn over and hold it at the back. And first of all, I'm going to chain one just to make my row stand up, and then continue with my double crochets. So exactly what I did for the front, except here I'm going to have two separate straps. I want the straps to be quite wide, so I'm going to carry on for a little bit longer. Yep, just one more, and I think that should be okay. There we go. So now I'm going to turn my work around, chain one, and insert the hook in the first stitch again, and continue with double crochets for another row. So one double crochet in each stitch. Okay, so now I've got to the end of the row. I've decided that I'm going to tie this end bit and my new yarn together to make sure that it holds on and doesn't fall apart. I'm now going to carry on building my bag with treble crochets. So I'll do it slightly differently to what I did previously. So I'm going to chain 2 instead of 3. But still I'm going to put the hook in the second chain from the hook, not the first one. So 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to get that to the end of the row. Okay, so I've finished my row. Now I'm going to turn my work around as usual, chain 2 again, and insert the hook in the second stitch from the hook. So the reason I'm doing this is because I found that it is a bit more holy when you do 3 chains, and in this case I want it to be more compact and straight, so I think this works better. So as you can see, it is straight and the holes are pretty much the same everywhere. So what I'm going to continue doing now is exactly the same. So I'm going to chain 2 and then do a row of treble crochets and then another one and another one. I'm not really sure as usual how many I'm going to do because I'm just making this up as I go along, so please refer to the pattern below and I'll see you in a minute. I believe I finished that now. So now that it's long enough, I'm going to fasten off and start working on the other side. And I'll see you back here once I've finished. Now this is finished. So we have our straps here that will go inside with the buttons. Now, I don't know about you, but I have a box full of buttons. And they are just random things. So I've decided to try 3 different types for this dress. So basically I want a button that will go through the buttonhole but obviously have some resistance so that it doesn't unbutton easily. So they all seem to be fine. I just need to think about which ones I'm least likely to use in other projects. So I think I will go with these ones for now. So I'm going to put my dress to the side and I'm going to start. For this I'm going to use a slightly smaller hook, which is 3mm, and it might work a bit better because it's a small piece. I'm going to do my slip knot and then I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to do 6 double crochets. That's a British term for single crochets, in the second chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In the second row, I'm going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and so on for the end until the end of the row. In this row, I'm going to do 1 double crochet in the first stitch. Get my mark out of the way first. There we go, 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets in the next 1, 2. So 1 double crochet in the first stitch and 2 double crochets in next. And as usual, just go around like that. The way you increase the previous row, I'm going to decrease this row. So 1 double crochet in the first stitch and then 1 decrease in the following. One double crochet in the next stitch and 1 decrease in the following. One double crochet and 1 decrease. Again until the end of the row. My button cover curled up quite nicely, so I need to turn it inside out because the right side is actually on the inside, and then I'll check if my button will fit in there. Yep, that should be fine. So now I'm going to carry on decreasing, but a bit more aggressively. So I'm going to decrease every single stitch in this row. Before I continue, I actually want to check that my button will still go in easily, because what I might have to do is just keep it there for the rest. Okay, so that fits quite nicely. I'm going to take the button out for a little bit longer. And before I do my last decrease, I'm going to try and put the button back in to make sure that it actually will go before I close it. Okay, this might be a little bit tricky because of the resistance of the button. Okay, so that's one. And we're almost there. And that's two. Okay. So this is going to be my button. Okay, so now I'm going to just chain one and fasten off. And I'm going to pull the yarn through some stitches just so that it's not hanging out. Now I have both my buttons, and the only thing left is to sew them on my straps. Now what I want to do is secure the yarn first, because I'm not going to tie a big knot at the end because I don't want it to pinch or be uncomfortable on my daughter's body. So I'm just going to put the yarn through a few times. And that way I know it's secure. And then just go through the button as well. I think we're pretty much there now. I'm just going to do it a couple more times just to be sure. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tie it around a little bit and then make a little knot here instead of on the inside. Just one, like so. There we go, and it's hidden, you can't see it, and can't really, there's nothing here to be uncomfortable either. So we're going to find our hole and put the button through, see if it fits. Yeah, it fits perfectly. So now I'm just going to go and sew on the second button, and I'll see you here in a minute. So this is it. Now that the dress is complete, all that's left to do is to tidy those bits that I have hanging out. So I'm just going to secure them and cut them off, and I'll see you here in a second. So this is it, a dress that I made for my daughter. I'm going to try it on her in just a minute so you can see what it looks like on a person. And here it is. As you can see, my daughter is a little camera shy, but I'm really happy with the way the dress turned out. So I think I'm going to stick with Clothing Project for the time being, and I hope you join me next week for my seasonal Santa hat video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.